Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Q1 update for my makeup rehab series. I will link in the cards above my introduction because I am doing this project low buy situation a little bit differently than I have the last few years. So as mentioned, this is my low buy, and this year I'm having a 2 out 1 in style policy, but empties and pans are counted, and I am giving myself a few freebies on products that are for YouTube videos specifically. Also within this series, I share my empties, my pans, my makeup purchases, and my makeup PR. I don't know the best route to format this video because it is a bit different than in years past, so I'm going to share my pans and empties that are relevant to this project. Things that are makeup empties but are not relevant, I will just share in a regular empties video, such as like mascaras, a lip scrub. Like, I'm not going to use up 2 lip scrubs in order to purchase one. Same with mascara. This is for more like products that are a bit more out of control. I'm then going to share my purchases and PR, and then we'll kind of chat about where we stand going into the next month. I am not including anything from April in today's video. I'm just running behind, as you guys know. Let me know if you have ideas on how better to format this video, because this one is going to be a bit of a chaotic mess, I think. I'll tape it after, okay? I did forget. Can you set it on the counter so I remember? Thank you. So first on my list, this is not in the order that I met these goals, but just going in the order in my notebook, I did hit pan on a highlighter in the first quarter of the year. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Precious Petals. I don't know how well you'll be able to see from way back here. Maybe I will have to insert a picture, but there is a shiny pan in there. I was working on this in a project last year and felt confident I would be able to hit pan in it early this year, so this was not in a project. I just worked on it on the side and I did hit pan. So this combined with a rollover that I rolled over from 2023, the pan in the ColourPop Smoke and Whistles highlighter, I have earned a highlighter purchase because I hit pan in 2 highlighters. Next up, this you would have seen in my deck of panning update. I did hit pan in a pressed powder. This is Light Cocoa out of my Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette. So this gives me a this gives me a powder point, and I also rolled over from late last year my Hourglass Mineral Veil Loose powder. I completely finished, so I had 1 empty powder and I hit pan in 1 powder, earning me a 1 face powder point. I did finish my Touch in Soul No Problem Prime Essence, so this is a full-size primer empty. I also finished my Cab full-size lip oil. I have 3 eyeshadow pans from the first quarter of the year to share with you. First comes from my Tarte Tartelette Toasted palette. I did hit pan in the first shade in this palette called S'mores. I now have 3 pans showing in here, but that was 1 eyeshadow pan point. The second eyeshadow I hit pan on comes from my ABH Modern Renaissance palette. I hit pan in the shade Golden Ochre. This palette now has 5 pans showing. And the third eyeshadow I hit pan on comes from my Oden's Eye Angelica Nyqvist Hella palette, and I hit pan in the shade Double Sided. So once again, 2 pans per purchase. So I hit 2 eyeshadow pans, 3 technically, but 2 earning me 1 palette point, and this one will roll over, so I have 1 out of 2 for the next. But this brings us into the second portion of the low buy. If it's in a product category that I have products in my makeup drawer of shame, I cannot purchase my palette I earned by hitting 2 eyeshadow pans until I have used every shade, tested out, 5 palettes out of my makeup drawer of shame, and I have done that. So first I finished testing my Cosmic Beauty Muse palette. And once again, by finished testing, I mean I've used at least 3 times. I've used every shade in the palette. I've created multiple looks using just the palette. This is absolutely stunning. It's a perfect spring and fall palette in my opinion. There are so many super dimensional shades and I've really fallen in love with this formula. Next, I couldn't believe I had only reached for my BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette 2 times previously. So I reached for it again to refresh my memory, use shades that I hadn't used before to meet that 3 or more threshold on this palette. I have loved getting to know my Odin's Eye Christmas Eve palette this year. It's in my Project 10 Uses. Again, I've created probably 6 looks out of this now, used all of the shades. This is absolutely beautiful. My ColourPop Malibu Barbie palette was unused at the beginning of this year. I've since used this 10 times and created multiple looks out of this. This was in my whole collection project pan. And lastly, the ColourPop So Very Lovely palette. I used this in my last Oh the Shame and then hadn't reached for it again. So I've now reached for this another 2 or 3 times, used all of the shades. I think this palette is so very lovely. And so now that I have hit 2 pans and removed 5 palettes from my makeup drawer of shame, I have earned a palette point. I did purchase a palette in April, but we're going to talk about that in the next iteration of this. For the 2 other categories, I had earned a purchase in, being the highlighter and the powder. I did not have any products in those product categories in my makeup drawer of shame, so I have just earned the purchase. I'm just going to segue that into my purchases, and the only relevant one I have to share with you that stems from the points I earned is with a gift card I got for Christmas. So I could count this as a gift from 2023, but I purchased it in January. This is the Give Beauty Check My Glow highlighter. I got mine in the shade Platinum Cowgirl. I think this is so beautiful and I'm really excited to get more use out of this. I purchased this. I waited until January purposely. 1, to earn my points for my low buy, but also to get my birthday gift from Sephora, which I'm not counting, but I am counting this. This is the highlighter I earned. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and now I need to have this one thoroughly tested out and 2 other highlighter pans or empties in order to purchase another highlighter this year. I did make other makeup purchases for the Sephora sale, but that was technically April, so we'll chat about that in the next iteration of this video. I'm now going to show you all of the other makeup purchases and the PR I got, but that was the points portion of today's video. This is going to get really confusing. My YouTube video freebie I cashed in was for my Odin's Eye mystery box. I believe you will have already seen this video, or it is coming soon. It has been filmed. I bought the large mystery box from Odin's Eye for a video, so the products contained in here don't count towards my points. Along with the Give Beauty highlighter in my Sephora order, I chose the Charlotte Tilbury birthday gift. This contains the Matte Revolution lipstick in Pillow Talk, a mini of the setting spray, and then a small foil pack of the Charlotte's Magic Cream. I got 2 point perks. I got the Rare Beauty hand cream from the new body care line, as well as a overnight hydration hair treatment from Amika. I couldn't remember if I shared this with you guys before. This does not count as points. I'm not going to officially add it into my collection, but I wanted to share that my sister-in-law saw this and immediately bought it for me. If you don't know, Flaming Hot Cheetos is my absolute favorite snack. I love them so much, and this is a Cheeto themed eyeshadow palette. It's shaped like a Cheetos bag, and these are the warm neutral shades in here. They are literally dust crap eyeshadows, and my sister-in-law knew that going in. She just thought it was funny, and it was just a couple of dollars. This comes from Taste Beauty. It says cruelty-free and vegan, but and it even looks like it has the nutritional facts on the back with the ingredients. I'm not going to actually add this into my collection and have it be taking up space in my palettes. I think it's just a funny, like, novelty item. I don't really know why this is sitting here, but I'm going to share it with you anyways. I did make an order from Shoppers Drug Mart. I bought a new shampoo and conditioner, which I'm not going to get for my shower, but I also repurchased the e.l.f. Skin Holy Hydration fragrance-free face cream. My skin was feeling really dry, and this is one of the heavier moisturizers that I really like. I feel like it doesn't clog my pores. And then I really missed having a facial mist in my skincare routine, especially my morning skincare routine. So I grabbed this one from Mario Badescu with aloe, adaptogens, and coconut water. I thought that this would be the least offensive of these cheaper. These have 8 fluid ounces. They're not very expensive. I just thought this would be a good hydrating mist, especially coming into the warmer months. I was lucky enough to receive the Fantasy Cosmetica Wizard collection, which I'm super excited about. So this came with this Celestial Lights highlighter palette. Mine did come broken, but I tried to repress it the best I could. I do have an affiliate code with Fantasy Cosmetica. I am so grateful to the brand for continuing to send me PR. These are more like blush toppers for my fair skin. It looks like I didn't repress them the best, so I'll try and push them in a bit better. The fragrance in this collection might be one of my favorites from them so far. This has top notes of lemongrass, citrus, and marine, a heart of grass, bamboo, green leaves, and lavender, and a base of dark musk, cedar, sage, and moss. This smells so green, so fresh. This smells like how do I want to explain this? You are cutting your grass, you're mowing your lawn, but you live near the ocean. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from this, and I think it smells so lovely. Also, the bottles, I do get the coconut oil ones because they can't ship the alcohol sprays internationally, and I'm in Canada. But these bottles are hand painted, and they're so freaking stunning. And last but not least, of course, is the palette. This is a blue and yellow color story. So, so beautiful. I love how multi-dimensional their shimmers are. So good. I really do love the formula. I keep saying I'm going to rank my Fantasy Cosmetica palettes, and as soon as I feel like I'm nearing being able to do that, I get a new palette in the mail, so then I need to reconfigure things. So that video is still on my list. I'm trying. I don't know how I have managed this, but I have found my way onto 2 very luxe PR lists. I'm pretty sure they're under the same umbrella, like parent company or like PR firm is handling them, but I don't know how this has happened. So in December, I got the YSL Lash Clash mascara. That's been the mascara I've been using every day. I also now have the YSL Couture Mini Clutch Quad in 100 Stora dolls. This is what this quad looks like. It does not feel very luxe. It is a very beautiful neutral color story, but these retail for almost 100 Canadian dollars, which I think is a lot for these. And the other PR list is Giorgio Armani. I also just received another package, which I will include with my April things, but like how has this happened? They sent me 2 of the Luminous Silk Glow blushes. I do have these swatched and reviewed on my Instagram along with the quad, but these retail for like $52, $56 around there, Canadian dollars, but they are so beautiful. This is the shade 52 Ecstasy, which is a super bright bubblegum pink, very on trend. And that one is more matte. They're both like, they both have that natural glowy element to them, but this one, which is in the shade 50 Euphoric, is more shimmery glowy, if that makes sense. And this is a gorgeous peachy pink. Oh yeah, you can see the reflect on that. This is very glowy on the cheeks. I am so grateful to receive products that I, to be honest, would not be able to afford to purchase on my own. I don't know how I got so lucky to be being sent luxury items, but here we are. And lastly, I'm not going to share all, I have like a bunch of sample size things I got as well. But lastly, I received this is a kid's Easter basket, but I received two very generous packages from Lottie London. Again, I don't know how I've managed to stay on the Lottie London PR list so far, because the one product I have tested, reviewed, and shared so far of the things they've sent me, it was a very negative review. Maybe they've seen that by now because I haven't received anything since this, but that is fine. There's a mix of both makeup and skincare in here, which I am really excited to try. I love the cutesy pink packaging. They sent me a makeup sponge, a mascara, a primer, a couple of these, sorry that's loud, highlighter, blushy wand situation, setting spray, a cleanser, a serum, moisturizer, like there's all kinds of stuff in here. Some lippies. I'm really looking forward to trying out some of this stuff. Let me know if I should do a video. There's not a full face, but I have like primer, setting spray, mascara, highlight, lips. And Lottie London is sold at Walmart. So a lot of stuff came in Q1. I'm so thankful to all of the PR I received the first couple months of the year. It's been kind of overwhelming in the best way. Very shocking. I still don't understand, but I'm so grateful. Not a ton of empties. I feel for me, I'm always very slow out the gate, and then as we move through the year, the empties start coming in a bit more frequently. But I did earn and not spend in Q1, if you watched my Sephora haul. I earned an eyeshadow palette point, a face palette point. I have finished one lip gloss item and one primer item that are rolling into April. And I've already made some good progress to share with you in April. I don't know if I should, how frequently would you like to see these videos? I feel like this was a bit too much. So maybe I will do one in April or April and May together. I'm not really sure. Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if you like the format of today's video. It was a little bit chaotic. I warned you. If you did like today's video, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.